sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. A minute or so ago, it was the veteran leader of this Seattle secondary, Cam Chancellor, firing up the Seahawk crowd that's in its usual full roar as he and his mates get set to go head-to-head with the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A good pickup there at 22. Now Wilson on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. Got to be careful.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now they try the right side here. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. From the gun, it's Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On 1st down, Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. And again this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. On 3rd down, Wilson. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. 18 yards there and a 1st down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and He's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they've got it here with a first down. And now here's a carry heading left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts the defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And it is now 21-0. Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all...
And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They run the counter now on 1st down. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. That's going to be a loss of 15 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Tannehill on 1st down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
Tannehill throwing again. It's caught. Stills right side. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Off play action, Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and the Dolphins are going to be forced to settle for 3. Well, at least they won't take a goose egg into intermission as they do carve out 3 points here in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the greatest of first halves. They've looked out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But a field goal here at least gives them some momentum as we tick down toward halftime.
Here's Russell Wilson in the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of the season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. Throwing is Wilson. And a touchdown there on the short run.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. zero out now as he'll kick this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now a handoff looking right. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Dolphins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd gone to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways. Might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Lockett, the man in motion. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we are at halftime here. And Larry, go back to the green room, my friend. These guys are ready to go again. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now running right through it. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And Stills over the middle. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The throw on second down is Tannehill. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Four down.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. And on 2nd and 10 now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
I'd have to say that was a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up the first down and not a touchdown.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
They'll come out in the pistol. Second and goal from the 1. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. C.J. Prosise, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Tannehill to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Here's Wilson on third down. And he comes back with one complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play on third down for the Seahawks. 44 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
2nd down following the run. Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion.
19.
Now a toss going left. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
They did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And, Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try to keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here? Tell us, stretch this thing out a little bit.
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, let's go. 4 down.
Here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Seahawks on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 23 yards on the play. And quickly, they get to the line. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. His throw caught, right around the 6. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they try the right side here. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Delayed game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Still 2nd down.
Wilson wants to throw it. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On first down, Tannehill. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Play action. It's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Here's Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.